So this is Dan. I met Dan 3 days ago. He was hitchhiking and I picked him up, and he decided he was going to do the bungee jump in Queenstown, which is the highest bungee jump in New Zealand. It's 135 metres and it's 8.5 seconds of free fall, and it's so fucking high. And if I didn't meet him, I probably wouldn't be doing this right now, despite being one of the things that I wouldn't like to do. And I'm shitting my pants. Don't pick up hitchhikers. Oh shit.
Are you joking?
Okay, so we did the bungee jump yesterday. And we're going to talk about it a little bit.
It was pretty wild.
Man, before, or even the day before doing that, I mean, we only booked it like the day or two before, and just, you know, it's scary, and like, I was so anxious, like, just already had, every time I think about it, I completely fully had butterflies in my stomach. Yeah, and then I sort of just completely blocked it out. I mean, you did one before. What was it like the first time you did it?
Yeah, same thing first time, where I just was super anxious the day before, had no idea what to expect, and was terrified, like looking, I mean, when you like step up over the ledge and you look down and your brain is telling you like, don't go over that, like you're gonna die if you jump off that.
Yeah.
So the second time I think it was a little bit
It's just
easier.
not a natural thing to do. I remember I did a skydive, and with that I'd completely blocked everything out, and I was like deluded myself completely. I just didn't want to know anything about it.
Yeah.
And my best friend, he did it as well, and he was like super worried before it, like really scared going up, and I was just like, you know, in another world. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I jumped, it was just like, my face was just like I just had not expected, like, for a start, how fast you fall when you free fall. You go so fast, It's like being on the back of a super bike, like motorbike, and you're just like.
And your eyes are watering, and your adrenaline's pumping. Yeah. It's pretty fucking intense.
And with a bungee, it's so weird because you're actually like accelerating like face first, and you sort of want to look where you're going as well, so you're like accelerating like. Yeah. Oh,
and then that thing, at least for me, like, I'm a little bit terrified that for some reason it's not actually going to catch me, for like a couple seconds.
It was like burning bits off the thing with a lighter, weren't they?
Yeah. So they like had to switch out the rope or something like that before mine, and they have me sitting in that chair, and like getting all ready, and they're like latching me up and everything, and then I see one of the guys from the taxi just takes out a Bic lighter, and he's just like lighting off like a frilly end on one of the ropes, and he's just like sawing at it and hacking at it, and I'm just like, what's going on? Which did not help with the anxiety at all.
Not trying to put you off doing it. I mean, I just couldn't. You got to the thing, and they're strapping your legs in, you sat in this chair, you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake. But then, like, I somehow managed to transform that fear, and I was so scared, way more than him, just super scared. And somehow managed to, sat in that chair just before I jumped, managed to transform that fear into fun. I was just thinking, well, it's not every day you get to sort of jump off something and just be like, and I was just really like trying to focus on the fact that that was a really unique experience that I probably wasn't ever going to do again, And then I got to the edge, and everyone had said don't look down before you jump, and I didn't, and I was so pleased I didn't look down before I jumped, because that's, if you're going to freeze. And if you do freeze on that, I don't think anybody jumps after they freeze when they do that. They just stop, and that's it. You've had it. So you get to the edge and just jump. And I would do that over and over again. Bungee, skydive, no way ever. I don't think so. Not again. I really didn't enjoy that.
I have never been on a skydive. I would like to do it, just to see how it compares. But if it weren't as pricey as it is, I would bungee jump. I'd use that instead of coffee in the morning to wake up.
It is actually safe when you look at the figures and the statistics. It's a super safe thing to do. It's not dangerous. It just seems mental, and it is a interesting test of getting over fears. Interesting how everybody has a different fear. You meet some people who seem so tough, and then they're scared of like super irrational things like spiders, or just to name one of many things. And all my fears are quite rational, but it was a really nice experience, and I would recommend it. I would say the same. In my mind, the thing that always brings me fear with bungee jumping is I'm afraid, like all the techs, like they're obviously very experienced, and they know what they're doing, and they're very well trained, and they handled it really well at the bungee jump that we did. But in my mind, I'm always thinking like, they do this like 100 times a day. Maybe this is the time that they just like forget the one thing to do that's really important. My bungee just snaps for some reason, or I'm not actually clipped in. And so, getting over that, and just, trusting the people who are running this, and trusting that they have, safety mechanisms in place to make sure that you're not actually putting yourself at risk, or any serious risk is a hard thing to get over. But once you do, it's a total blast. Yeah. And I really think they do have that thing completely secured down safe. It's a really, really cool experience. So I highly recommend having a go at that.
Yeah, I would too.